الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب واحلم يجعل له إواجه أحمده سبحانه وتعالى وأشكره وهو أهل حمد وثانا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ومصطفى اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah Almighty always for every opportunity. And Allah Almighty put such a burden on Adam salam, in that he created Adam first, but he tested Adam. He wanted Adam to become acquainted with himself. It's just like anything else. If something new, we always have to play with it, experience with it, analyze it, scrutinize it, until we can learn just what it is, the function and the true function of what it is that we're trying to learn. And even though Allah Almighty used Adam as a means to put everything in motion, that same scenario continues even to this day. Allah Almighty has created angels, He's created jinn, He's created all kinds of creatures. But the creature that's most closest to Him is mankind, the human being. Because the human being has the ability, it has the ability to understand the purpose of their Lord in themselves without a doubt. And so Adam, created to be Allah Almighty's representative, did not know that he was created to be Allah Almighty's representative. Adam didn't know that he was the first being until Allah Almighty told him. But all of that was put into the spirit that Allah Almighty puts in us, all of us, gives us. It is a knowing. We know without doubt who we are and whose we are. But that part of us that Allah Almighty challenges us to be able to see if we are going to recognize our Lord Almighty in ourselves. We're going to recognize Allah Almighty in ourselves. And it is so elaborate. It is so comprehensive. It is a never-ending story of wisdoms on top of wisdoms and experiences on top of experiences and consciousnesses on top of consciousness to understand the greatness of what Allah Almighty has hidden in the human being. He said that I'm a hidden treasure. I wanted myself to be manifested, to be known, so I created creation, and the crown of creation in which Allah Almighty expresses us through is through the human being. Allah says in Quran, "To Allah belongeth all that is in the heavens and the earth. Whether you show what is in your minds or conceal it, Allah calleth you to account for it. He forgiveth whom He pleaseth, and He punisheth whom He please. For Allah hath power over all things." It is that ever-working essence in us that we cannot know except that Allah challenged us, put us in situations where we are forced to use that power. It's just like when Moses, when he was running from Pharaoh, and after doing all he did to get the Bani Israel people from Pharaoh, here he was now against another challenge that was not Pharaoh. Pharaoh was pursuing him to kill him and all of Allah Almighty's servants. But here was Musa alayhi salam faced now with his internal belief, faced now with his essence, faced now with that part of himself that had been hidden in him. Now this overwhelming situation of this sea, and everyone is thinking, now we've come this far just to die. Well, Allah says that whatever you conceal or reveal, Allah make it manifest. And what Musa alayhi salam was concealing in himself was his true iman. And this was his opportunity to know where he was with himself. And so when he turned toward that Red Sea and he saw before the sea parted, he had to see it part before it parted. His vision was a vision of ultimate success of the sea parting before he could see, because his physical eyes was looking at a Red Sea that was flowing. But his internal being, his iman, saw a sea parting, and without doubt, with certainty of mind and heart, the sea had to part, because Allah Almighty is saying that for those who believe, I am subjecting all things to be of your servant. This is the essence of human being. If Allah Almighty if Allah creates the heavens and the earth and everything between, and He's controlling everything, then it is Allah Almighty in human beings that control everything. Allah controls through them. So when human beings are saying that there is no right or wrong, there is no good or bad, it means that they are lost in themselves, and their thinking in themselves is a confusion. It's a confusion because of Shaitan, who was envious of the situation and the rank that Allah Almighty gave him. Now Satan has to prove that his value is more than Adam's value. But look at the situation where Allah Almighty has set the scenario up that everything begins to act out what Allah has created it to be. Because everything Allah Almighty creates, He is creating. He has in His mind their destiny and the purpose that they are created. Azazel, who later became Shaitan, thinking that he was just someone who was going to be Allah Almighty's representative, because he was praying all on the earth and they took him up to train the angels. Then Allah Almighty created Adam from the earth. Adam thinking he is an earthling from the earth. But Allah Almighty's intention for him was to be the vicegerent, the ruler in the universe and on the earth, representing Allah Almighty. So through the trials and tribulations, through all the tests and all the resistance and the attacks of Satan, we begin to learn who we are and whose we are. Allah says, that you conceal, I will bring it out of you.